New York Knicks just blew game 1 against the Indiana Pacers, and boy, it's a lot to talk about with this game. For the New York Knicks here, you have to find a way to win game 2 at all costs. It's a must-win game. You don't want to go down 0-2 against the Indiana Pacers. It is so hard to beat this team when you're the road team. Ask the Cleveland Cavaliers, and the same with the Milwaukee Bucks. The New York Knicks were up 111-94 with 6 minutes and 24 seconds remaining. Now, within the last 2 minutes, they were up by 14 points in general. It came down to a bunch of dumb plays by the New York Knicks. They felt like they had this game won within the last 2 minutes. They were not having the same offensive looks, and they did not put the same offensive pressure on the Pacers that they had put on them for the entire game, it seems like. And I just can't go out there and pinpoint and say, well, Cat had a terrible game, and the same with Jalen Brunson, and the same with Mikal Bridges. All of these players had a good game, but that gets pushed out the window when you blow a 14-point lead. It's more than just the players. It's also on Coach Tibbs as well. Now, this video will be more so about the New York Knicks. The Pacers will get their own video in the future. With the last 2 minutes in this matchup, you have Aaron Nesmith. He goes out there. He looks like T-Mac when he scored all those points within just a couple of seconds. 6 3-pointers made in the fourth quarter, 8 of 9 from 3. And it was so many looks to where he's wide open. He has a lot of daylight on these threes, especially one of the threes that was in transition. He goes out there, he hits the pull-up 3, bang. And I'm like, okay, what's going on here with the Knicks and their transition defense? For a majority of this game, the transition defense, it was solid. They played very well. Cat had very good possessions on Miles Turner, and the same with Pascal Siakam. They weren't perfect, but it was good enough for his standards, especially late in the fourth quarter on Pascal Siakam. He gets the crowd back into it. Now, just a couple minutes later, Aaron Nesmith is going out there and he's killing you with a 3-point shot. Those turnovers also did not help the New York Knicks either. That also came back and it bit them from behind. For the simple fact that the Indiana Pacers, they only had 7 turnovers as a team. But the New York Knicks, they had 15 turnovers. That also hurt New York late in the matchup. It was also a situation with Obi Toppin. He's getting to the rim because of the drop coverage over and over again in certain situations because they're not basically communicating on the defensive end. Then they're just alternating between the drop coverage and then when to go out there and put pressure on Tyrese Halliburton. Within them blowing this lead, Tyrese Halliburton, he hits a step back shot. I thought it was a 3-point shot, but it wasn't. He had his foot on the line. He hits that 2-point shot. It bounces in, similar to the jump shot that Kawhi Leonard had against the Philadelphia 76ers when he was with the Raptors many years ago. He does the choke symbol as Reggie Miller, but they head into overtime. Now it's 8 lead changes in overtime. They're going back and forth. Aaron Nesmith, the same player that put a lot of pressure on the Knicks late in the fourth quarter with his 3-point shot, he's going back and forth with Jalen Brunson. Unpopular opinion here, both of these players got away with a lot of fouls in overtime and late in the fourth quarter. Jalen Brunson is basically shoving him out of his way. He's basically putting his forearm out. He's pushing him off. But Aaron Nesmith, he's sticking with him. He's playing very aggressive defense as well. They let these boys play late in the matchup. I agree with it. Let the boys play. But Jalen Brunson did not have much daylight. So now it forces someone else to go out there and to step up. Now, Cat, on the day, he had a great game, especially on the offensive end. I'm talking about his defensive moments. Cat went out there and he had 35 points, 12 rebounds. Jalen Brunson, 43 points. The problem was this with Jalen Brunson. His 3-point shot was not there. But late in the fourth quarter, he's trying his best to get them over the top. But they're putting him in double team situations over and over again. They're forcing OG to hit those threes. They're forcing Mikal Bridges to step up in those big moments. Because you know, as the game goes on and as it's tight and it continues to get tighter, they're going to go to Jalen Brunson, the most clutch player in the NBA. They're going to go to Karl Anthony Towns. They're going to force someone else to go out there and to beat them. Now, finishing at the rim, OG was very good tonight. And especially on defense, that 3-point shot was not good tonight. That was a major difference for the Knicks as well. He was 2 of 8 from 3. Josh Hart, we know what he is on the offensive end. He can give you good games. He may go cold for a couple of games, but that defense is going to be there every single night, especially in transition tonight. He had so many good moments in transition to where he's just using his speed to stick with Tyrese Halliburton. He's flipping over. He's standing in the paint. He's making sure that those players don't go out there and get those open looks. And then you have Mitchell Robinson on the back end as well. Just a couple of moments with those players were very frustrating. And I'll talk about those moments in a second. But Josh Hart had 13 rebounds. He's hustling his butt off. That's what you're going to have to do against the Pacers. This is the one thing that the Cavaliers could not do, and the same with the Milwaukee Bucks. They could not out-hustle this team. The Knicks, they did that for 3 straight quarters over and over and over again. And even for a majority of the fourth quarter, they out-hustled them. But it was just the crucial moments down the stretch that really hurt them. Mikal Bridges, very good defensive adjustments as well. I'm saying that the New York Knicks had a lot of good moments, so how the hell did they lose this game? Late in this matchup, Cat, he had an opportunity to hit his free throws. He missed one. OG had an opportunity to make his free throws. He missed one. Those 2 missed free throws, one of each by both of those players, it helped keep the Pacers in the game. You have to make your free throws, and you can't have those dumb turnovers and those open looks towards the rim over and over again for Obi Toppin. It was one situation late in the fourth quarter. It's an inbounds play. Mitchell Robinson is in no man's land. They brought him on the court to play defense and to help them out in that adjustment. He had no idea what the hell he was doing. Now, Mikal Bridges did swing over. Obi Toppin still makes the dunk. He fouled the hell out of Obi Toppin, but they didn't call it. It was supposed to be an and one. Now, that happened in overtime. Now, I know that I'm moving around here from the fourth quarter and to overtime. It was also another situation with Aaron Nesmith and Jalen Brunson. Nesmith legit punches Jalen Brunson in the throat. It's a no call. They're letting them play, but at the same time, blatant fouls like that, you have to call them. It was also another situation. Jalen Brunson, he runs to a triple team inside the paint. He bounces the ball to OG. The ball bounces off of OG's hands. He goes up with Pascal Siakam. They both go for the basketball. Initially, they said that this was a foul. Rick Carlisle, he challenges it. Then they go out there and they say, you know what? Upon further review, it was legal contact. Pascal Siakam, he did not foul OG. My opinion, that's a bang call. It can go either way. They get the ball right back. They capitalize off of it. It's those type of situations for the Pacers that helped them out in this matchup because they came out and they know how to play from behind. And the same with the Knicks. But with this team and the Pacers, they deserve to be in this spot. And they're dangerous as hell. They were down big by the Cleveland Cavaliers. Donovan Mitchell had 48 points with just a couple minutes remaining late in the fourth quarter. They go out there. Tyrese Halliburton hits the game-winning 3. That was the momentum swinger in that series against the Cavaliers. Against the Milwaukee Bucks, they have Giannis. They have this man running back and forth the entire game, going back and forth. And they're gaining that edge over and over again. They're not here because of the injuries to the Cavaliers and because of the injuries to the Bucks. They're here because they have a lot of talent. They can run up and down the court and they can do the little things very well. And unfortunately for the New York Knicks, they did not do the little things very well with Coach Tibbs. So in game 2, it's a must-win situation for New York. Now, I do believe that their players will step up. They'll be more zoned in. If they can go out there with a similar game plan that they had tonight, they'll be okay in game 2. And it's a lot of situations to where I look at Tyrese Halliburton. He's running the pick and roll with Pascal Siakam and the same with Miles Turner. You have to pick here. Do you want to give him the drop coverage look because you don't believe in his three-point shot, which is crazy as hell because Tyrese Halliburton, he can hit the 3? Or do you want to play up and switch over? And both teams dealt with this early on in game 1, especially in the first half. No one really wanted to go in with the switch. So they'll just slide over and they'll just bring in an extra defender on the weak side. Now you have that player open for a backdoor cut. That is what happened a lot in this matchup with Obi Toppin and the Indiana Pacers. And then the Knicks say, you know what? Forget it. We'll just sag off. Now they're getting those wide open threes because of the pick and roll. Then you look at the opposite side for the New York Knicks. You have Jalen Brunson and Karl Anthony Towns pick and roll over and over again. That should work out. Hopefully the three-point shot will be better for Jalen Brunson. And they did have a chance to go out there and take this game into a second overtime. Jalen Brunson's out there. He's hitting a possible game-winning shot. He misses it. They come down with the rebound, kick it out the cat. He misses his 3 as well. Mikal Bridges, he's down there. He's trying to get the basketball. It slips out of his hand because of a defender, and the ball rolls off his elbow. Therefore, it's Pacers ball. 0.2 seconds left. Then you have Tyrese Halliburton. He just throws the ball to cat. That's the end of the game. So I do believe that the Knicks are in trouble here for the simple fact that you lost this game at home, but at the same time, the series is far from being over. I do believe that this will be a 7-game series, and I said this in my last video about the Knicks. It's going to be tough, but you can't blow leads like this. If you lose and it's a close game all the way through, hey, you can take that. But this game right here pumps a lot of life in the Pacers because they know that they can play from behind. And with the Knicks, you know that you can have this team down within 14 to 20 points. You just have to go out there and be a killer all the way through. You can't have those terrible moments down the stretch with missed free throws and with dumb turnovers as well. You have to be zoned in the entire game. So I do blame majority of this loss on the players with the Knicks, but I also look at Coach Tibbs. What the hell is going on, man? Focus in and close out this game against the Pacers. But this is going to be a tough series for both of these teams. If New York can win this game, the next game at home, this is an open series now. But if you're down 0-2 and you're going to Indiana, that's a dangerous situation. But this is one of the best games all year in the regular season and especially in the postseason. If you miss this game, please go out there and watch this all the way through. I know that it sounds like a blowout late in the fourth quarter before we got to the 2-minute progression, but it really wasn't. It was a close game, especially in the first half going back and forth. The Knicks will pull away, but the Pacers are able to just stick with them. They're able to go out there and hang around. And that's the one thing about sports today. In every sports league, baseball, basketball, football, hockey, you may feel like we have a huge lead. We can slack off. We can take our foot off the gas. That is not the case. Until it is triple zeros on that clock, the game is not over. So for the Knicks here, it was a lesson. I learned how to close out. And I look at OG, he has to be better from three, especially on those corner threes. And OG in the regular season, he was solid from the corner three. But within the last 4 to 5 games, that three-point shot has not been there for him on a consistent basis. He can finish at the rim. I'll give him credit for that because he has a big body. He can get those favorable switches on some of the fours with the Pacers, and he can keep up in transition as well with his defensive adjustments. So OG, very good basketball player, but you have to finish out with those free throws and shoot better from three. Overall, it was a sloppy game on certain ends with the Knicks from this standpoint. The Pacers, 15 to 37, 41% from three. The Knicks, 11 to 34, 32% from three. But that doesn't tell the full story. It was those turnovers and the fact that they did not lock in late in the matchup. But the Knicks, they'll be fine. And the same with the Pacers. But let me know in the comment section below how do you feel about the New York Knicks moving forward, and the same with the Pacers in this series. If you're new to the channel, hit the subscribe button. If you like the video, hit the like button. Most importantly, I want each and every last one of you guys stay safe, stay positive. Thanks for the video, guys. God bless. Peace.